So we're all feeling about the connection. So we're just going to followed by recitation. And I left it. Namanda, 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 Namanda.
Good morning. My name is Mike Shirada, and I'd like to welcome you to today's service. We will begin with the opening meditation followed by meditation. Please join me in placing hands together in God's love.
Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda, 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 Namanda.
Please rise for the singing of the Gospel when we see the golden sun on page 229 of the service book. This will be followed by the recitation of the three treasures and then two on page 2.
Three treasures. Hard is it to be born into human life, now we are living it. Difficult is it to hear the teachings of the Blessed One, now we hear it. If we do not deliver ourselves in the present life, no hope is there that we shall be freed from suffering and sorrow in the ocean of birth and death. Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in Buddha. May we all together absorb into ourselves the principle of your way to enlightenment and awaken in ourselves your supreme will. I take refuge in Dharma. May we all together be submerged in the depth of the doctrine and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in Sangha. May we all together become units in true accord in your life of harmony in a spirit of universal brotherhood, freed from the bondage of selfishness. Even through ages of myriads of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful doctrine. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of Tathagata's teaching. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo.
Please join in this chanting of the Gaza short Shinran on pages 39 to 44 of the service book. During the Gaza, during the sutra chanting, we will have Oshiko or incense offering by the following: Novice student Carter Romero, adult Eddie Martin.
上段に知恵も、無断難事無所法、小日願法小実説、一切分上無法所、本願名無症状語、四心真行願に、上等学書大名藩、一心滅度感情中、如来所以公修正、唯説弥陀本願会、五条不悪自分上会、大信如来両実語、の法つ一年以愛心、仏壇門の特名愛、本上逆法再永流、領収心有第一義、摂取心法上昇道、意の随伴無量、本来心臓自分、上部真実真人天、異名に公文、無視見名薬心見教大教義、即応超絶合悪衆、一切全幕本文に、本心如来無税感、仏語、東大小伝者、善人の仏理へ、イダ仏本願念、邪見教満楽主張、信行十字人ら、南中心なぬかし。
We will now listen to a Dharma message by Reverend Hannah Shiba, followed by the recitation of our page on the inside back cover of the service book.
Good morning, everybody. It's so good to see all of you, and especially so many children joining us today. And I apologize that it's so cold. I'm glad everybody is somewhat bundled up today. I had a funeral yesterday, and I kicked up the heat, and unfortunately, it was still 55 degrees when I arrived. So that is something on our to-do list that we will have to get completed so that everybody can be comfortable, so that you get here and receive the Dharma very warmly. I'm so glad that you're all here. And did everybody have a good Thanksgiving? If you did celebrate it with your family and your friends, good. So I'm curious, what kinds of foods did you enjoy? Did you enjoy turkey? Yes. How about stuffing? Yeah. How about mashed potatoes? No mashed potatoes for candies? No? What about string bean or green bean casserole? I love green bean casserole. Maybe not so many string beans? And how about, I don't know if it's Thanksgiving without pumpkin pie and whipped cream or Cool Whip? Yeah? Okay. So what else did you enjoy that I might not have had pictures for? What did you have? What's that? Rice. You had rice? Oh, did you have gravy on your rice too? I always eat gravy on my rice. Anybody else? Anything else that you have that I didn't have pictures of? Is that it? Ham or?
Oh, yams.
Yams, candied yams. Yeah. Oh, that all sounds good. What did you have? Did you have fried rice? What did you have, James? Cranberry? Did you have cranberry sauce? Yum, right? It's not Thanksgiving without cranberry sauce. So, actually, this particular year, and of course, because of the pandemic, then things were a little bit different too, where we kind of stayed in our own family units. So this year too, Thanksgiving was spent at home. So unfortunately, my aunt and my uncle and my cousin, they fell ill with COVID earlier in the month in November. And so because they felt so under the weather, they decided to cancel Thanksgiving to be on the safe side. Because if anybody has either had a really bad cold or flu this year, or if you felt ill with COVID, you know that when you're thinking about the future, nothing is planned because you're just so trained. And so hopefully they're feeling better. But on the Shibata side, we kind of have like smaller family units gathered together. So initially, to be quite honest, I was okay spending a quiet day at home, thinking about some of the things that I wanted to do at home and maybe some work things that needed my attention. But to be honest, as Thanksgiving was approaching, I did feel a little bit sad that our family wasn't going to get together. So at the very last minute, I decided I would buy groceries online for delivery. Because if you ever went out to get groceries the night before Thanksgiving or the day before Thanksgiving, it's a madhouse. So I thought, well, I'll just get groceries delivered. And so I was going to invite my immediate family over. So I don't know how to make a turkey. So I decided that I would order a few tri-tips, potatoes, milk, and butter for mashed potatoes, bacon for my Brussels sprouts, mushrooms and onions for the tri-tip, and a pumpkin pie and whipped cream for dessert. And I also had some Japanese sweet potatoes that were given to me by a member from Cortez that I was going to bake in the oven, and was looking forward to enjoying a nice bottle of wine that I was given to as well. So as I was eagerly awaiting my groceries, which had a late delivery time between 7 and 9, so I was kind of waiting all day for my groceries. And I noticed that I received a notification that my groceries were on my way, and shortly after, that they were running a little bit late. So I was thinking, that's okay. This delivery driver must be really busy. But then I got another notification on my phone that my groceries were delivered. So I opened the door and was eager to get my groceries in the house. But to my surprise, there was only one bag left on my porch. So I looked around the porch, just kind of opened my door a little bit, looked down, kind of looked around, thinking that maybe they placed the groceries in a different place. However, this was not the case. I was left with one bag with a frozen pie crust that I didn't even order. So I was quickly on my app, and actually it was for Safeway, which I never really had a problem with Safeway before. And it's really, really convenient to order groceries to get delivered. And again, this had never been a problem. So I was trying to get on the app very quickly to contact my delivery driver, but because it had was notified that it was already delivered, I couldn't directly contact my driver. So I quickly went to the app to chat to a representative, and unfortunately, they really couldn't do anything to help me at that point. They could only really put in a refund request. So I sat there thinking, what am I gonna do? It's already past 7 o'clock. I really don't want to go out to get groceries. And to be quite honest, my feelings were very, very hurt. And I was very, very sad that something like this would happen the night before Thanksgiving. And so I was just kind of wondering, who does this on Thanksgiving? So right, my anger was kind of overcoming me. And I was thinking, this person has no morals and no values. How could they ruin my Thanksgiving? But then I noticed that there was a shift in my thinking too. I was thinking, if this person really needed to take my groceries, if that was the case, then perhaps they may not have had the money or the family to be able to gather, and perhaps they needed a Thanksgiving meal themselves. And so I was trying to think this way throughout the night and even the next day. But to be quite honest, I was still getting mad. I was thinking, what's going on with me? I'm a Buddhist minister. How come I get so mad about these groceries being stolen off my porch? But of course, ministers are people too. But I had to remind myself that I was so fortunate to, have my family. I had nice meals with them before. I was awaiting perhaps even the holiday for December to be able to get together with my family again to enjoy some of these holiday foods that I was so wishing that we could have this particular year. So I began thinking about this story that I had heard, and this was about a Zen master, Ryokan, and he lived a very, very simple life. And he lived in a little hut at a foot of a mountain. And one evening, a thief visited the hut only to discover that there was nothing to steal. Ryokan returned and caught the thief at his hut. And Ryokan told the thief, "You may have come a long way to visit me," he said to the thief, "and you should not return empty-handed to your home. Please take my clothes as a gift." And of course, the thief was bewildered, and he took the clothes and just kind of walked away, still being very confused. And Ryokan sat, probably shivering like we're all shivering now, and he looked at the moon, and Ryokan said, "Oh, this poor fellow. I wish I could give him this beautiful moon too." And so that story kind of came to mind, that even though Ryokan lived a very, very simple life and didn't have anything to give to this individual who had intended to steal from him, he still wanted to give the clothes from his back to this individual, and also wanted to even give this person the moon, to really, really allow him to be freed from his suffering and sorrow. And so I was thinking about this story and thinking about even my own predicament of having my groceries, whether or not they were stolen or given to another customer on mistake. But I really had to be thankful that, hey, at least I had apples on my counter that were waiting to be eaten and a frozen pie crust in the refrigerator. And so, I guess it's that good old saying, when you're given lemons, you make lemonade. But I guess when you're given beautiful apples from members, and beautiful fruits and vegetables or bottles of wine, that you do the best that you can under the circumstances that you're under. And really think about the compassion of others who may not be so fortunate as we might be. But to really think about another person's circumstances that may really force them to do things that perhaps may not align with our morals and values. However, we might want to think about some of their conditions that may think that this is the only possible way that they might be able to eat. And so, again, this is a time of Thanksgiving, and hopefully we can all be grateful for this opportunity to get together with family, whether big or small, and able to enjoy the foods that we're able to eat because of so many countless conditions of our lives. And of course, to think about those who might be less fortunate than us, and maybe provide a meal to them or clothes off our back or whatever we can, or even if that's a gentle smile, maybe like in our pledge that we'll be reminded of all the things that we can do for another person that may not be of material value, but to really think about another with compassion. And so I will be attempting to make my own apple pie probably later on today, and I hope it's good. And I'll be thinking about that individual, hopefully with peace and calm and good wishes for them for the holiday season. Okay, so will you please join me? If you are able to stand, please stand to conclude my message for our pledge. Our pledge. Breaking out of my shell, I will share a warm smile and speak gentle words, just like the kind Buddha. Not becoming lost in my greed, anger, and ignorance, I shall think and act with an open mind, just like the calm and peaceful Buddha. Not putting myself first, I will share in the joy and sadness of others, just like the compassionate Buddha. Realizing the gift of life I have received, I shall strive to live each day to its fullest, like the Buddha who tirelessly works to liberate all. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. No. Please be seated. And I forgot to mention, after all of this, at the end of the evening, actually my niece and her husband and her family went to spend Thanksgiving on her husband's side, and they even brought me a plate of leftovers. So I was so fortunate to actually enjoy Thanksgiving dinner. So that was like the top of the story, that after all of this, I was still able to enjoy all of these beautiful things. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Father, for your message. Do I have announcements? The BCA Endowment Fund is hosting or is having a Panda Express fundraiser on Friday, December 1st. This is internet only. The code is 915657. Save the date, Saturday, January 13, 2024. It is our annual grad fee for, it's $75 for adults. And please see the Karma for further details. Reservations are open December 1st. Donations for the raffle are greatly accepted. The church has a new mailing address. It is Post Office Box 8038, Stockton, California 95208. Do you love to sing? Is singing a hidden talent that you would like to share with the sangha? If so, we welcome singers of all abilities to join our temple's new endeavor of starting a choir. It is Reverend Candace's wish to have a choir to support our Katha during the Sunday services and to help introduce new Kathas in our newly dedicated Katha group. Again, seniors of all ages and abilities are welcome. Please leave your name and contact information on the sign-up sheet in the foyer. Don't forget to support our temple by ordering gift cards through the temple office. I believe a list of some of the cards that you can purchase is in the foyer. Saga Club is continuing collection of aluminum cans and recyclable plastic bottles. Donations may be left by the bike bin under the carport area. Help keep recyclable bottles and cans out of our landfills while supporting local youth organizations. Following the service, students will go to class. Everyone else is invited to the mini chapel for a coffee hour. At 11:30 today, there will be a Yaba meeting in the mini chapel. Are there any other announcements?
I would just like to extend our appreciation to Mrs. Miki Murakami's family. We had her private funeral yesterday, and the family had donated the altar flowers and, of course, the osonai, the manju, and the fruit to be shared at coffee hour. So I wanted to express our appreciation to the Murakami family. Thank you.
If there are no other announcements, so I will dismiss the class. Please observe good etiquette and do not leave the aisle before the row in front of you. Those students who do not offer entrance before the service are asked to do so before leaving the hall. Please leave through the side so that people offering incense can come up the middle aisle. Thank you.
I baked my smoothie breakfast. So I went to the oven. I was on my last batch. I said, it's wealthy in my oven. My partner was arguing, pre-cooking turkey. Oh, I told him, well, when you go to my aunt's house, cook the turkey. Oh my goodness. Do you have to make sure? Oven. Oh, yeah. Oh, Mama's gonna give me started. Hey, perfect timing.